G'day, everybody. Hello, ListenABLE audience. If you are watching this online, once again, we have changed locations for our bonusode.
They must think, geez, these guys are just everywhere.
Well, I mean, I'm not everyone. I'm just following you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. We always plan these awesome studios, and then I've got to call Angus today before and go, hey, sorry, man, something's come up. And then we have to change where we are.
Well, let's talk about the reason that we are in Sydney. And shout outs to Ace Hotel. They really do deserve some love because they put us up in this room while we're recording. So thank you very much to the Ace Hotel. And I did also love that because Hamish and Andy used them as well. Did you see that?
Yeah, but this is an upgrade from them, yeah?
Of course. Ace actually said, you guys get the penthouse, Hamish and Andy, regular rooms.
Yeah, they're down in 201.
Of course, our bonusodes are episodes every Monday that we don't have incredible guests. And of course, we've got incredible guests on the way. But Dill, let's talk about the reason we are in Sydney is tonight, you fly to the UK. This comes out Monday. So you're in the UK as this goes to
the funeral's about to happen if this comes out Monday.
So it's Monday Australian time?
Yeah, Monday night Australian time, 11 a.m. Monday UK time.
Okay.
If you guess what we're talking about, very, very, very incredibly, ridiculously, weirdly, I've been invited to the Queen's funeral. Yeah, so obviously spoke to Her Majesty a few months ago, and it was a cool experience, and I was just myself, and to be able to talk about what we're trying to do here about disability in Australia made her laugh.
Yeah, that was cool. And we had that as a bonus, so going back just a couple of months.
Yeah, and obviously sad news of her passing, and have been chosen by the palace and also the Australian government to represent Australia and attend the funeral. So we're flying there tonight, and huge honour to be able to go there and
one of 10 people.
Yeah, represent the country with the Prime Minister and a few other people. One of the people going is Chris Waller, the trainer of Winx.
The legendary horse trainer.
They spoke every month about horses
because she loves horses.
They're friends, yeah. So I think he's the main VIP on there for sure because he's actually proper friends with her. I've only had a couple of interactions with her, but yeah, not sure what to expect, but to go and represent Australia and pay respects. It's cool to be asked for sure. Okay, so details are you're flying tonight.
Do you fly on? I don't know what the Australian version is, but like the what is it? The US Air Force One. What's the Australian version? Is there a name for it?
Yeah, we do.
Wow, that's cool.
The Royal Air Force One, I think it is, or something like that. The RAAF
it's like a 747.
Royal Australian Army Force One, I think, yeah.
Prime Minister's plane.
Don't know anything about it. Can't take any photos on there, no phones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we're doing when we get there, but, we're just paying our respects, and it's not a
holiday.
No, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so in the sense that, but obviously just big honour to get asked. It was a very strange text to get to be able to call the Prime Minister and see if you want to attend the Queen's funeral. I think my mum was my mum's texted me like 5 times about it.
All over this.
Tearing up, yeah.
Okay, I've got some questions you might not be able to answer because of the whole confidentiality of the thing. Plus, you might not even know, like you said, but these are the questions that I want to know. How does the flight work? Obviously secret. Does it leave from Sydney Airport?
Leaves from a spot in Sydney, correct?
Yeah, okay.
And then...
I know this is coming out Monday, but keep whatever you need to keep confidential.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But not Aerobridge, Gate 7, City Domestic.
Next to Jetstar, Bali flight.
It's a bit different than that.
JF696 to Dempensar, and then next to it, Flight 1, US Air Force, Australian Air Force.
It's good doing this before I get on. Is there in-flight entertainment?
You ready? Here's my questions.
Okay, what kind of bed? What kind of seat? Is it like premium? Is it like, I don't know,
this is
economy?
I mean, we're obviously going to revisit this post and talk about some of the luxuries of the plane because I've seen Air Force One and it has a full office in there. And when I say office, I mean the size of the hotel room that we're in could fit a king bed that has a beautiful mahogany desk for the President of the United States to sit at. Does Albo have one?
Well, I think because of Aussies are a bit more on the... Americans love bragging about how sick their stuff is.
And
so there's heaps
grandeur.
of photos.
Yeah.
I maybe did a little cheeky Google of the Australian Prime Minister's plane. There is nothing. I don't even know what it looks like.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So the boarding process for you normally can be tricky, being in a wheelchair user. So do you board first? Because that's what usually happens.
There's no Aerobridge. They use like a thing called an Eagle lift, like a lift to get up there, which happens at places like sometimes the Gold Coast in Australia, or I went to Queenstown this week. They haven't got Aerobridges, so used to using that. I'd be pretty flat if my wheelchair got lost, considering there's 10 people on there. So I think we'll be right.
Left behind.
I think we'll be right.
Okay, so you board. You don't know. I mean, do you get a ticket? Or you're just like,
No, it's run by the army. So
interesting.
I think they would give you passports over, like you're in control of the army, and they'll look after you, which would be cool.
Well, I know that obviously when we catch normal domestic or international flights with our main carriers, there's the normal and vigorous sometimes security systems. When you go on a private jet, that's a very different system, right? Because you can just roll up and hop straight on it. I mean, you need passport if you're going international for quarantine customs. But
You've been flying private a bit, haven't you?
well, I know you have as well. But the process is quite relaxed because you're paying for the whole airline. Therefore, the security is only available to you and the pilots, right? Do you know what kind of security? Do they double screen? Do they not screen?
No, they would screen. I have no idea. Again, something to report back on, but you're flying with the Prime Minister. That's very important man. And in Australia, and I think, and even like over there, have you seen the list of people going? It's like every president, every Prime Minister's like Biden, Jacinda Ardern, the guy from Canada, Trudeau.
Oh, Trudeau. Yeah, Justin Trudeau.
But like Obama, Attenborough.
Imagine
Oprah,
the security.
Elton John. So, yeah, and me.
Can I tell you a cool story, actually? So when I was in radio, I got flown to the UK and I did Prince William and Kate's wedding. And so I was actually underneath the Today Show at the time. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I was reporting for our radio network. And this is a 100% true story. So I saw a sniper on a roof across the way from the... Is it Windsor? Not Windsor. What's that beautiful church that they get married in?
Windsor.
Is it Windsor Church?
Windsor Castle.
Yeah, Windsor Castle. Whatever the huge church is.
No,
My
Windsor Castle,
apologies.
that's where they live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Westminster Hall is where the funeral is.
Well, wherever it might be the same
Westminster
place.
would be, yeah.
And I looked up and there's a sniper on the roof across. And I was watching him for a bit going, is that guy sniping? Like, what's the go here? And then I swear, I waved to him and he waved back.
Really?
Yep. So I was like, it looks, because he wasn't that far away that I couldn't see what direction he was looking. It looks like he's kind of looking towards this crowd. I waved, and then there's like half a second pause, and he just goes.
Did you see a red dot on your chest?
But the security will be intense for that many world leaders coming in, right?
We're there to pay respects.
Of course.
People are like, it's like a wedding. It's like, what's going to be different? You know what I mean? But I don't know if it's a wake. I don't know what happens.
That's one of my questions. So I guess you don't know.
Yeah.
Do you, going back to the flight, because that's what we're going to go to before that you don't know much about your itinerary, do you have a drink?
Nah.
Let's say if you're offered, let's say they offer you a nice, Grange on that flight, a nice Australian Shiraz or something.
Yeah, I'm more of a Grant Burge kind of guy.
Okay, so good call.
Yeah, but no, I don't feel the need to have a drink on the way over there.
So if you're offered, you're not going to, because that's one of my favourite things is 14 hours on a flight and just sending it.
That. There won't be any sending, and I don't drink on flights because I got to do a wee then. And I try and minimise my wees because your wheelchair goes underneath. And hang on, here's another thing. Maybe it's wide enough for my actual chair to stay on the plane.
Oh, that would be a great experience.
We talked about this. You go on an aisle chair to go to the bathroom when you're in a wheelchair. And it's not any. It's brutal for everyone. The cabin crew, for you, because it's very hard. You lose your independence. It's hard to transfer for someone who can't walk like me. So, but if I could use my wheelchair in the bathroom, that is like game changer. Yeah, I still wouldn't be drinking that much, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, you don't want to like roll past and like wake up hit his elbow and wake up the Prime Minister on the way.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Prime Minister.
So you don't know what your itinerary is. You don't know where you land. You don't know.
It's a moving part. No one really knows. I think you get there and just see what happens.
That's so cool.
But yeah, packed a few suits, lots of black tie vibe.
Yeah, black tie. 2 questions before we wrap up this bonusode, which will obviously be a part 1 because part 2 will have to be the arrival back and what it was like. And obviously I say this with excitement and I know the reason you're going is for a very sad reason, but I just think it's so cool that one of my best mates is going on like this flight for this respect.
I don't know if honour's the right word, but like if I'm honoured, like it's like...
Certainly.
Well, yeah.
And you're representing the country, that's the honour as well.
I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I thought it was not a joke, but you're like, wow. You know?
What a text.
And 73 odd years of service. So to be invited there is pretty special.
2 questions. Do you go to Buckingham Palace at any stage? Is there a wake?
Again, this is interesting. I'm not sure.
Do you have a handler who's going to handle just you?
Oh, there's like a full team going, and then I'm very lucky that my chief of staff / manager Georgie's coming along just to help me out a little bit. There will be you can tell me, how many media requests did you get for me when it got announced?
Yeah, we're just talking about that off the air. I've had 4 or 5 text messages from radio and now TV producer mates who were like, hey, can we just get in contact to Dylan to chat about the Queen? And obviously you can't do one without doing them all.
Well, it's not about me doing media about this. They're the more want to represent the country. It's not like, hey, I'm going to go on there and talk about everything. In my opinion, that's how I feel. Other people might feel different and want to talk about it, but I'm there just for that reason. So I don't want to make it the deal fest over there, you know.
It's not. And last question: any text to Prince Harry coming over? Consolation coffee?
Definitely will say good day if run into him and Meghan and I mean, you know, I always feel when I read articles about them because from my own personal experience, been very giving, and a lot of people might be like, "Why are you going?" And I was the same, right? But what I will say is what Harry has done for disability via Invictus Games, I really respect.
Yeah.
Right, and that was my actual first connection with the Palace. Obviously, I got to talk to Majesty and stuff as well, but that. My connection is through that disability stuff, and I was like, "That's it's cool." And if I was able to see Harry, I'd ask if he's going all right. To be honest, I hope he is doing all right.
In a few weeks, we'll
How's
have
those names. I'm just
I know.
dropping just
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Hopefully, I get to see them again.
Sorry,
Yeah, I know.
but it's true. It's the world.
I can't wait to see if you do catch up on what that's like, and of course, we'll have that as a bonus in a few weeks. But until then, mate, have a safe life.
Appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.